Zhilak stood at the edge of the forest, her gaze drifting across the uneven terrain as if searching for something misplaced. The trees seemed to lean in, their branches tangling overhead like skeletal fingers. A faint hum emanated from the direction she had come, the research facility's generators, humming steadily, a constant reminder that even in this remote area, humanity's presence was not entirely absent. As Zhilak walked, her boots scuffed against the earth, releasing small puffs of dust into the still air. Her eyes wandered to the ground, taking in the scattered leaves and snapped twigs, evidence of recent passage. She had been warned about straying from designated paths, the facility's rules were clear: stay within marked boundaries, do not interact with the surrounding environment, and under no circumstances enter the forest. But Zhilak had always felt an affinity for this place, the silence, the solitude, and the sense that she was being watched by unseen eyes. She had grown accustomed to the research facility's sterile atmosphere, the endless rows of test subjects, and the clinical demeanor of her colleagues. Yet something within her yearned for the wild. A faint rustling caught Zhilak's attention, a small creature darting between the trees, its presence a stark contrast to the desolate landscape. She felt an inexplicable pang, as if she had been expecting this encounter all along. Without thinking, she followed the creature, her feet carrying her deeper into the forest. The air thickened around her, heavy with an almost palpable sense of unease. Zhilak's skin prickled as if tiny fingers danced across her arms, leaving behind a trail of goosebumps. The trees seemed to close in, their branches tangling overhead like a net. She quickened her pace, the creature leading her further into the heart of the forest. As they walked, the silence grew more oppressive, punctuated only by Zhilak's labored breathing and the distant hum of the facility. It was as if the forest itself had become sentient, watching her with an unblinking gaze. The trees loomed above, their limbs reaching out like skeletal fingers, beckoning her closer. Zhilak tried to shake off the feeling of being watched, telling herself it was merely her imagination playing tricks. But deep down, she knew better: something in this place was waiting for her, its presence echoing through every fiber of her being. And as she followed the creature further into the forest's depths, Zhilak realized that she had left behind not just the facility but also a part of herself. The trees seemed to grow taller, their trunks thickening like massive pillars, casting deep shadows across the ground. The air thickened with an almost palpable sense of foreboding, as if the forest was preparing itself for something. Zhilak felt her heart pounding in her chest, her senses on high alert. And then, without warning, everything went still. The hum of the facility ceased, plunging the forest into an eerie silence. The trees stood frozen, their branches locked in place like statues. The creature had vanished, leaving behind only an unsettling sense of anticipation. Zhilak's breath caught in her throat as she realized that she was no longer walking, she was standing at the edge of a clearing. The trees surrounding her seemed to lean in, their branches tangling overhead like a macabre canopy. The air vibrated with an otherworldly energy, as if the forest itself had become alive. And in this moment, Zhilak understood that she had crossed a threshold, from one reality into another. In this new world, she was no longer alone.